Good morning, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, professionals and officials, learners and listeners, the most honorable present Prime Minister Saint Dr. Narendra Modi ji, available, present ministers, doctors, reverend fathers and mothers, affectionate sons and daughters. I, Dr. Rakesh from USA, welcome all heartily, cordially. Your presence is praiseworthy, appreciable, admirable. It is really nice moment, nice time, nice place, and nice action of listening with the 100% presence of mind. Today we will discuss how we can celebrate our everyday, because our nation, our country purely is known as unity in diversity. It has very special feature. If we think specially, then every day we have festival, function, celebration, because Indian land is the land of saints, free thinkers, prophets. Number of initiators, beginners, starters have born on this earth only, and they have started their mission. So every day we can celebrate in the form of festival and function. Nowadays, as all of us are accomplishing our task while staying at home, so these days are the most learned days of life. These days can take us towards the true spiritualistic knowledge. We have social media with us in the form of friends and familiarities. With the company of near and dear ones, we get energy, excitement, encouragement, motivation. So we have a new word with us at home. Every day we should celebrate with the blessings and grace of God. As the nature celebrates its every day with new day. Nature never become old. Nature never count its past and never count its future. Nature is the best symbol of present time. So this is the present time which provide us the greatest enjoyment, fullest entertainment of soul. Our soul, which is the pure, sacred, and have sanctity, while being alone physically. It is not alone. It has the presence of God with it in the form of physical spiritual trainer in the form of physical, spiritual guide, prophet, messenger it has. As Swami Vivekananda, who spreaded out the message throughout the world, humanity, compassion, sympathy, affection, universal love, brotherhood, a number of virtues and qualities, moral values, spiritual values. We have a bank of values with us. As we see, we observe in the city life, and everyone has the glamour, attachment, attraction, temptation, allurementation with city life. Now city has become at home. Our home, it's a unique kind of market, unique kind of learning center, unique kind of place that provide us the whole scenery of hospital, hostel, hotel and house, home. So with the hospitality, with the highest hospitality of the soul, we should entertain our soul with that spiritual power. But this question raised in our heart and mind, how we can celebrate it without having the physical presence of spiritual master. Spiritual master everyone has, everyone's in his or her heart, heart which is known as the seat of God, body which is known as the temple of God. So we should not feel back, we should not have inferiorities, narrownesses, but we are to entertain our soul with the spiritual starters, with the spiritualistic mission beginners, those who came first on this earth. They started, they showed their light, they enlightened themselves in the form of scientist, doctor, inventor, discoverer, researcher. So a number of qualities they created in us, and we must follow them. Our culture, custom, language from which we belong to, it's a great identity of invention, great identity of innovations. So we should not feel back. There should not be any depression, frustration, dejection, rejection of the soul. Soul is immortal. Our body is mortal because it is made by 5 elements: air, fire, soil, sky and water. And one day we will merge with the same 5 elements. So these 5 elements are the creator and caretaker and even destroyer. So these are in the form of nature with us. Nature can show its anger in the form of drought, volcanic eruption, rainfall, heavy rainfall, landsliding, earthquake, in the form of natural disease. So if we want to get rid and if we want to be unaware about these things, then we must be active and alert with nature. Nature is our true friend. It's very familiar with us. It shows us its own enjoyment. It fulfills us. So these are our formative years. In our formative years that we spend with nature, we should remember the words and ideas of our great saints. Great saints gave us a huge form of literature with us in the form of Holy Scripture. We have in the different religions in the form of words and ideas. But the real entertainer is he who always enjoy without wordlessly and idealessly. Wherever, whenever he devote and dedicate himself towards the circumstances, towards the offerings, towards the condition, position, he never have the monopoly, domination, tyrannyship, dictatorship in his thought and ideas. And in spite of that, he become polite, humble, as much as he can by the blessings and grace of God, because he is the provider of ecstatic joy of our soul. He can provide us everlasting soothing effect of our mind and heart. So we are to be humble and polite with nature. Always be polite. As per the example of Newton, we can say, Newton writes in his words that I am just picking up the pebbles from the vast ocean. Means that he was the greatest scientist. Everyone knows this thing. But ultimately and finally he says that I am just picking up the pebbles from the vast ocean. Means I am nothing. There is some power, there is some energy that is in the universe, not only in the universe but in the universe of body, that give me, that provide me a lot of chances, opportunities to come up from these narrownesses. Every man should take the inspiration. Every man should be self-motivated, self-encouragement for bringing up our nation, for the betterment, for the greatness of our country. We must keep clean and clear our dreams. Our dreams should be high, as our imagination is the most powerful weapon in the hands of the men who are the most desperated and frustrated. They are to live in the world of imagination if they are not happy for becoming happy. If they are unhappy in the world of imagination, they must enjoy the world of realism. On the surface of reality, when we have the power of attachment and disattachment, then definitely we can bring a lot of change, not only change but a lot of understanding of our mind and heart, and we can enjoy the everlasting soothing showering of blessings and grace of God, which is unrelenting, unceasing, unstopping with us. So by watching, observing, examining, evaluating himself, many researchers have found that these researchers are nothing but the soul spirit or spiritual research is beyond to reach. It is invisible, surely hidden, latent, implied, but it is the truth of life. To the science of spirituality, listeners, you are listening the words of true life, real life, originality of life. So generally, simply in the form of simple living, high thinking, by following the path of our elder men, by respecting our culture, creed, language, and our great men, we should spend our life satisfactorily. We should not run after collecting materialistic things. If we are just spending our life in earning and spending, then it means that we are not the true patriotistic and nationalistic person of this world even. So how we can prove the true nationalistic and patriotistic citizen of our nation? Only in that case, when we are very aware, when we think about our soul or spirit. If our soul or spirit is free from the anger, ego, lust, and falsification, negativities, then our soul or spirit can fly in the height of that sky which is celestial.